Hi there, this is Mark from Mentors Inc. I wanted to talk to you today about building and developing. Now, it's a strategy that many people discuss, but it's actually understanding more about it and doing your research that's going to be really important here. There are so many people I know that start and they look at a small development, which might only be 6 or 7 houses, but they look at small developments and they don't look into the sort of in-depth thing of a local authority and what's required. So there are about 4 things here I thought we could cover for you. Now, most local authorities will want specific things out of you depending on the size of a development. So for instance, if you are looking to develop 10 or more properties on a piece of land, and that's not a huge development, by the way. There are many people who will look at doing around 8, 9, 10 properties. It's going to be really important that you find out from the local authority how they work. So normally, if it's 10 or more properties, a local authority will first of all expect some contribution towards social housing. Now normally, the contribution would be a house or a couple of houses. So often it's 30%, but again, you need to understand what the local authority is saying. So is it 30%? Is it 40%? What is it? Because this could actually make it non-viable. The second thing to consider is what's known as S106 contributions. Now, S106 is just not complicated, but there's no sort of finite value here. It's called Section 106. So when I say there's no finite value, what happens is that the local authority will ask you for a specific amounts of things. They'll ask for money towards contributing towards schools, contributing towards roads, all these different things. It might be contributing to the local area. So all these things are included in Section 106 contributions. So they're going to ask for a lot more, and that's where you then have to negotiate with them. So it's important that you realise that that's going to come if you're looking at 10 or more. So when you're thinking about developing, if you're looking at around 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe what you need to be considering is doing 9 properties so that you avoid all this sort of thing. So Section 106 is one of them. The other one, which is probably more appropriate from a developer's point of view and we'd be more keen to look at doing, is what's known as CIL. That's a Community Infrastructure Levy. Now, a Community Infrastructure Levy is a value, so it's a finite, you actually know. So your local authority will say to you, it's X amount of pounds per property. So that's quite easy to work with and there's nothing else asked for. That's really important. The fourth thing that will help you is to consider something called a viability study. Now, a viability study, there are specialists out there that will do this for you. It doesn't cost you loads of money, but you're certainly going to be forking out probably £4,000 or £5,000 for it. But a viability study, when you're looking at something like 10, 11, 12 houses, is really worth looking into, because with a viability study, you can prove to the authority, because that's what they will want, that actually it's not a viable development to do if you have to pay for social housing and Section 106s and all the different contributions. So it just proves to them that yes, you want to develop that, but actually, in essence, you can't do it. So if they want that development out, and most people want houses built, then they have to come to an agreement where they accept a viability study and they don't request a load of money from you. Now, I hope you found that useful. If you did and you're into developing, please like and share this with other people. If there's anything else I can do, click the link below and give me a contact, and I'm happy to talk this through with you. So thank you very much for listening.